Deposed Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has pleaded not guilty to drug trafficking and other charges at an appearance in a New York court on Monday, 2 days after being snatched by U.S. forces in a raid on his residence in Caracas. He entered the courtroom dressed in an orange. He entered the courtroom in beige trousers. He had a smile on his face. Maduro said that he was the president of Venezuela and alleged that he was in the U.S. kidnapped since the 3rd of January. He was told by the judge to stick to simply stating his name. Maduro's wife, Celia Flores, likewise pleaded not guilty. Judge ordered both to remain behind bars and set a new hearing date of 17th March. The couple returned to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn from the court. In Venezuela, demonstrators rallied in the streets of Caracas, demanding Maduro's release and to show their support for Delcy Rodriguez, who has been sworn in as the interim president of Venezuela. Her brother, Jorge Rodriguez, has been re-elected as the head of the parliament. Jorge, in his first address, vowed to use all avenues to bring back Maduro.
My main function in the days to come, my role as a man, as a deputy, as president of this National Assembly, will be to resort to all procedures, all platforms, and all avenues to bring back Nicolas Maduro Moros, my brother, my president.
A todas las tribunas.
The recent developments in Venezuela has raised global alarm. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres told an emergency UN Security Council meeting that there should be respect for the principles of sovereignty, political independence and territorial integrity. Members of the UNSC condemned US actions.
There is no and can be no justification for the crimes cynically perpetrated by the United States on Caracas.
We call on the US to ensure of the personal safety of President Maduro and his wife and to release them at once. We support the Council in fulfilling its responsibility to make international peace.
US, however, rejected these accusations of aggression against Venezuela, saying the operation was a law enforcement action tied to long-standing criminal charges.
There is no war against Venezuela or its people. We are not occupying a country. This was a law enforcement operation in furtherance of lawful indictments that have existed for decades. The United States arrested a narco-trafficker who is now going to stand trial in the United States in accordance with the rule of law for the crimes he's committed against our people for 15 years.
Handout satellite images by Vantor taken on the 22nd of December and January show Puerto Tuna, Venezuela's largest military complex, before and after the US military operation that led to Maduro's capture. And there's more on this from Susan Tehrani, who sent us this report from New York.
Deposed Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife made their first appearance in this U.S. federal courthouse in Manhattan after being captured by U.S. forces in Caracas. In court, Maduro pleaded not guilty to a sweeping indictment that includes narco-terrorism, drug trafficking, money laundering, and related federal offenses tied to long-running alleged cocaine export network into the United States. His wife also pleaded not guilty. Both rejected charges, and Maduro insisted that he is still the legitimate president of Venezuela. The judge didn't grant bail at this hearing, so they remain in U.S. custody. Their defense is expected to challenge the legality of their capture and Maduro's treatment as a former head of state. The next court date is scheduled for March 17th, when pretrial proceedings and legal arguments, including about sovereign immunity and jurisdiction, will unfold. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.